have around 12,300.
Shit.
And what happened was, so I took a break from YouTube roughly like 2-3 months ago, and people initially subscribed to me for like drop shipping content, Facebook ads, how to like set up stores, how to do this and that. And then I came back with a new like goal. I was like, I'm no longer doing much drop shipping. I want to talk more about consulting. I want to talk about mindset. I want to talk about business. I want to talk about outsourcing. And I just want to document what I do every day rather than like going out of my way to make drop shipping content for these drop shipping people. I'm just going to film what I do. And that's the shit I do. And then I fucking started losing subscribers. Every video I posted, I fucking got 2-3 unsubscribes. And like my views were like off. Like I was getting like 50 views at like 12,000 subs.
Shit.
So I was like, what the fuck? And it was like hella demoralizing. Like, and I had haters. I had people on notification where every time I would upload a video, there'll be 2 dislikes within 5 minutes. I was like, what the fuck? But I pushed through, and what I did at first was I was hella like self-conscious. I was like, fuck this, like every time I launch a new video, I'm gonna log into 5 different Google accounts and like give myself 5 likes so I'd outbalance the 2 dislikes I get from these haters. And then like that went on for a while. Like I was losing subscribers, I was hovering at the same, I wasn't growing at all. But then after like 2-3 weeks of posting videos every single day, and the moment I stopped giving a fuck, the moment I stopped like doing the thing where I logged into 5 accounts and liked my video 5 times, the moment I stopped that, the haters disappeared. Like the people, I don't see any dislikes anymore. The haters just sort of gave up. They didn't try anymore. Views are sort of slowly coming up. Subscribers are slowly growing. And yeah, like even though I'm not doing anything right now, I'm literally like filming shit or stuff like this. Like I'm literally doing stuff like this and I'm just sending it to an editor and they're uploading it. My channel is growing more than ever, whereas the first 2-3 months where I was pushing it hard, I was getting legit negative growth. So that goes back to the memory reverse effect theorem. But yeah, that's the update with the YouTube channel. So what I learned is that the more you care about something, the more it seems to bite back. So the more I gave a fuck about those haters, the more dislikes I got. The moment I stopped giving a fuck, they disappeared. And it's weird how life like works like that. But that happened. But yeah, back to the memory versus time effect. No, memory versus results effect. Yeah. So it's like 2 exponential curves that are opposite, that are like on top of each other but flipped. Yeah. So from left to right is memory. When you do something, your memory of that activity is hella high. Yeah. But when you do like something like post a video, post an ad, launch your store, you get little to no effects. Yeah. Because you just started. But the memory is hella high. So you have this large recollection of what you did, and you also have a good recollection of like the little to no results you got. Yeah. And as time goes on,
you forget memory and stuff.
Yeah. You forgot that you set up the store, 2-3 weeks ago. You forgot that you launched the ad or launched this video 2-3 weeks ago, and your memory is much, much lower. Like you basically forgot, but your results are increasing because now the results are slowly coming in. Yeah. So what happens is a lot of people they either just give up from the very beginning because they put in all this work and effort and they don't see any results straight off the bat, and the recollection of the amount of work they put in is so high, they just give up. They're like, fuck, the work isn't worth what I'm getting in return. Yeah. 2, the people who did pull through, and then 6 months later, they're sort of doing the same thing, but they're getting results. They're like, holy shit, I'm getting all these results. Like, where are all these clients coming in? Why are all these sales coming in? And they don't remember that this is all a compound of all the work they put in the past 3 months. Shit. And what happens is they're like, holy shit, I'm getting results. I'm going to pivot. I'm going to do something different. Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to double down. Yeah, I'm going to change things up. And then they just fuck up their results. Little did they know that all they had to do was just keep taking those small steps as they've been doing, and there's no need to start taking double steps, start taking triple steps, start like fucking super shoes. Like, just do the same thing you're doing, and your results will grow exponentially. So that's the explanation of the memory verse results.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but that's why I've been learning. Like, I've just been learning, looking through like all these weird laws and shit, like looking at law of attraction, affirmations and shit. Apparently it's all legit. So like what I did was like I have like a list of goals and shit that I like have down, and I repeat it like every night, every morning. I visualize it and shit, and like it's sort of been working. But yeah, I'm gonna give it like a solid attempt, and like it's like I'm running right now, like I'm sprinting, and I need to do like these trips here and there just to like reset, or it's like I'm gonna like get burnt out and like get depressed and shit.
Yeah. You gotta work hard, play hard.
Exactly. What do you think, like when like I dropped out, Charlie, what was like your thoughts? Like what were your first impressions? Like I want to hear from like your point of view, like of what I'm doing, like
because it wasn't like an instant like drop out.
Okay.
So it didn't all just like happen at once. Like because first I remember you like telling me like, oh yeah, like you know, started like selling clothes and stuff, like selling and reselling clothes, and stuff like that. Okay. And then you were like, you started like doing like the easy subjects. You started doing like less easy subjects.
Yeah,
like,
I remember that.
Doing, like the hard subjects.
I remember I went from like 4 units down to like 2 or 3.
Yeah, and like it was 3 easy subjects instead of like, you know, 2 hard ones, 2 easy or something like that. Yeah. So it was like you could sort of see it coming, and then when you like finally dropped out, I was like, oh yeah. I mean, it's worth it to give it a shot. You know? Yeah. It's like. Because I didn't really know much about because that was just all drop shipping then, wasn't it? Yes. And then I remember you telling me like you weren't doing that well, but then it all just kind of like happens just at once. Okay. And then you were like, okay, this is good enough for me to like drop out or something. Yeah, I remember. There was like a period where I was just giving it a try. I wasn't getting any results for like 6 months. Yeah. And then like I hit gold once. Yeah. And I was like, all right, I'm out. I'm out. Well, not really. What I did was I took a gap year, so it was like a strategic play. Yeah, like, so that's so you didn't. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, I knew because it was like you first did like this less subjects, then you did the gap year, yeah, and then you did like the full-on dropout. Yeah. So like that's expected. Well, you're technically not dropped out, are you? I'm not yet. Yeah. So like same as me. I got 1 more year. Like at the end of this year, so Macquarie lets you do 2 years off. 2 years off. Yeah. So by the end of this year, will be the 2-year mark, which is insane. Like fuck, 2 years flew by like fast. Like I still remember the shit we used to do 2 years ago, like all the house parties, all the drives, like all the stuff we used to do, like the Macquarie events. Like that didn't feel like a long ago, but like 2 years is like a minute. So I'm surprised like how fast that flew. But yeah. Yeah, because like. I don't know. It's like the same, and like worst case, like you're not obviously not going to get back, right? So it's like that's the same. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Everything just go bankrupt. Yeah. If I have to redo the HSC, fuck that. I'm fucked to do that. Yeah. It's the same as me. Like I'm technically dropped. I'm not dropped out of Macquarie, but I've still got like another year and a half left. Yeah. If I wanted to go back. Yeah. I probably won't. When you did transfer to med, was there any fears of like, fuck, like I put in 3 years into Macquarie and now I'm restarting, I'm going back to year 1? Not really. Okay. I was like, that's cool. Because the thing is, like, for one, I was a year younger than everyone else. Yeah. So basically, I went into uni. I was the same age as someone who just basically took a gap year. So like, I wasn't really worried about the age. Because like. People always like, when I first went into university, like when I was like 17, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just kind of like grind out, like, you know, I want to like, you know, be in and out as soon as possible, be like hella young when I finish, and then start like the work like really young, so that way I don't like, you know, that way I get into it really quickly. Yeah. And then I was like, as you go to uni, you like don't want to leave. You want to like spend as like many years as possible there. I feel like uni is like this trap
where like people always keep coming back to do their masters, to do their PhD. Further degrees, to do a double, to do a PhD, and like they end up spending half of their life in uni.
Yeah, because it's so like
paying to do so.
Easy. Yeah, it's like easy because you're like.
It's not.
You don't have to like do anything new. You don't have to like look for a job outside it. You know, you can always just like.
Dude, I straight up think it's that. It's that you are delaying life, and life is tough. Life is shit, and uni and school and college is just delaying the inevitable. It's totally fine.
Bit of inertia. Yeah.
But like, because like the standards to get a job keep getting higher and higher, and colleges keep on offering more and more like stepping stones.
Yeah, that's the thing. You just want to like, it's just easy, and then you know you can always like justify it by saying like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, and it's not like the worst thing in the world. But eventually, you just have to just rip the band-aid off and do it. But I mean, and that's like. So that's why I wasn't too fussed like about having to restart uni again, and like because I get to spend more years having fun at uni and stuff. Yeah. And like, you know, at the end of the day, I'm still going to be finished my current degree like fairly young as well. Yeah. And I'm like, and like compared to like some people like right now, I'm still like super young. There's like people in my degree that are like 40.
That's crazy.
And it's like you do realize that medicine takes like 10 years. You're gonna be like 55 by the time you get out. But you know, that's fine. Like the thing is, so long as you get there in the end, it doesn't really matter like how you got there.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like I actually am like happy that I spent 2 years because there was like so many people like when I like started med, like we had some like med camp or something.
Yeah.
We went to some like campsite, you know, like had some like, you know, had a big fun there. But then like there was just like people that had like never drunk before, like they just didn't know how to act like socially, and it was just pretty fucking embarrassing. Like, and I'm glad that I got that out of the way early.
Yeah.
So I didn't look like a fucking pleb.
Yeah.
And didn't know like there was one guy that had like half like a drink, and he was just like he just died, and I was like, and it wasn't even because he drank too much. He just didn't know, like he just had like no water or anything. He was like hell dehydrated. Yeah. And then it's like so embarrassing. I had to go to like the hospital and shit.
No way.
And I was like, fuck, man.
What? That is crazy.
Yeah. And it's like, at least if I know, like, I get like really too drunk or something, I know like what I've done. Like, I know my limits and shit. And I know like if I like push them, like I'm pushing them, like.
Yeah, you understand your body.
I know what I'm doing, and I'm like, I know that it's fine. Like, I've been like really close to just like fucking feeling like, okay, I'm gonna die. But then you like get better, and you're like, yeah, it's all good. So I know like what I can do, like how to.
You know your limits, yeah.
And it's just like, and I'm glad that I kind of came in with like more social maturity and shit as well, because when I first like went to uni when I was like 17, like I was fucking. Basically, like,
holy shit, yeah. We went to uni when we were 17.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I had no fucking clue what was going on.
Yeah.
And then, like, you just have, like, 2 years of just, like, you know, meeting new people.
Yeah.
And doing, like, more adult things as well.
Yeah.
Like, and then, you know, going adult friendships, adult relationships and shit. And you just kind of, like, learn. And then, yeah, you become less of a pleb, basically.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool. Like, I'm glad that I did it. And, you know, met some cool people along the way in my first 2 years. Yeah. And that's fine. And I, like, learned some stuff. I actually forgot it all. Fuck. But, like...
That's true. Fuck. Yeah. I actually forgot everything from my churros.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Holy shit.
So that's, interesting. But, oh well.
Fuck.
I learned a lot about the actual, like, course. But I learned a lot about, like, how to actually, like, study and stuff. Like, what you need to do to be, like... to do well in uni and stuff. And I kind of like fucked it up in my like first degree. Like I definitely, the GPA was tanking after the second year. Lots of 51s and shit, and I missed like a few exemptions. And I was just like, I kind of wanted like a reset button. So like I fucked up, And by this point, like I already by like last year, I'd already like dropped like 2 subjects. So like I'd have to like redo those if I wanted to like, you know, finish.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to like resit some like, you know, exemption exams and stuff because I missed the exemption. So I was just like, oh, fuck this one up. You know, better just hit the reset button.
Yeah.
And that's actually like motivated me a lot to like study and shit and like not fuck it up again.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's like the main thing.
Yeah, you're totally right.
You have to try something to realize you don't like it.
Yeah.
Like, I first wanted to do bed in like high school and then I like fucked up my UMAT. And then I was like, oh shit.
You're pretty good. You were persistent. You did it like 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like major props.
Yeah. And the second time I did a lot better and I got like interviews and stuff, but I just didn't get past the interview. And then the third time I did even better. Time. Yeah. And it's like, when you get closer and you like try less, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But some people like tried, like there was one girl, she did like, I think she did like a 3-year degree or a 4-year degree.
Okay.
And then she did like an honours year as well. And so it's like an extra year.
Mm-hmm.
And then she tried like every year to get in, and then it wasn't until like her 5th year that she got in. Like she'd already like finished the degree.
What?
So she could have done like postgrad or some shit.
That's insane. She could have like gotten a job and made money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like, she did like an honours year as well. So I guess it's just like, I mean, you know, like the first time I wasn't like super motivated.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh yeah, I'll do the UMAT in high school. But I like bumped it. I don't know why. I didn't really prepare. And I was like stressed in the day. Like didn't really like, you know, go into it with the right mindset. And then the second time I put in a lot of work.
Yeah.
Like, well, not a lot of work compared to some kids. Some kids like study for like years for it.
Yeah. I had like a friend who was during the HSC. I would see him doing like past papers for like maths at the same time doing past paper for UMAT.
Yeah,
he was like grinding and he didn't make it in.
Yeah.
I think like he's tried it like 3 times. Like he's gonna try it 4th time, and I think each time he gets closer and closer.
Yeah.
But it's tough.
Yeah. The second time I like put in a bit of work. Like I did a few past papers. I did like 2 or 3 past papers. The main thing was I just trained my brain to not like. Because it's like a 3-hour exam and it's pretty like mentally draining.
Yeah.
And you have to like, and because you won't like finish it unless you're like a super freak.
Yeah.
Because you won't like finish it. Like, you have to like go like, you can't like go at half pace and then, you know, you still finish with time. You have to like keep
sprint
going.
the whole way.
Otherwise you won't like, otherwise you just won't get enough questions answers and shit.
Yeah. It's like a sprint. It's like gas. It's like the fucking those competitions where like grab as much money as you can in 1 minute.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can't like slow down and like,
before 3 hours fucking straight. Yeah.
It's like other exams where you know you're still gonna finish, you can take it at an easy pace.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like the main thing was because it's like super mentally draining. Like the thing that I like struggled with was I remember doing like one like past like paper and then like, oh fuck, like 2 hours into it, my brain just like died. Like it just turns like and I was just like, oh man, I can't concentrate. So then you just kind of like, I just trained it to like get better at that. And then, you know, even though it wasn't much, like I didn't do like years of practice. Like it was just like to know what to expect and stuff. And then the third time, like, and I did pretty well that year. And then the third time, I just didn't study at all. And I forgot about it. I was like, oh, fuck. And I was a bit stressed because I was like, oh, shit. Like, last year, you know, I did, like, really well. That's because I, like, grinded it a bit. And then, like, this year, I haven't done anything. I was like, oh, fuck.
Okay, so what do you think happened? Like, how?
And then I did, like, even better than, like, the last year.
Did you study?
No, I just, like, rocked up.
What?
And then just, like, I did, like, really, really, really well. Like, you know, top, like, you know, 2%. I was
what do you think, like, UMAT's about? Is it like strength?
There's like
brain, thinking out of the box.
There's
like how old are you? Like empathy.
There's 3 sections. The first section is like logic, so it's like the logical side of your brain. Like they'll give you like a graph and something, you have to interpret it, or they'll give you like they'll say some like give you like a passage, you have to read it, and then like you have to answer some like logical questions, trying to like make some inferences and stuff.
Yeah.
And then. Well, not even. I don't think you really have to infer it. Like, you don't ever have to read between the lines. Like, oh fuck, everything like they say, I'll ask you on. It's like the information's there. So that's like the logic side of your brain, and then there's like the second bit, which is like empathy. It's like, you know, understanding like people's like emotions and stuff. which is actually like hard because it's like the thing that's like the most difficult bit. You have to like infer like emotions from
another person's point of view.
Yeah, or no, but like you have to no. It's like you just have to infer. Like they'll give you like a text. You just have to read it from text, and then you'll have to like infer their emotions from the text. Which, you know, in reality, when you're speaking to someone, you're like looking at their face, you see facial expressions, body language, voice tone, voice volume, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's like all that kind of stuff, like all comes together when it comes to, you know, inferring someone's like emotions and like mental state and stuff. But what do you call it? But I guess like because everyone's in the same playing field, you know, it takes, you know, it doesn't really matter in the end. You still have to like infer it from the text. Yeah. But the fuck thing about it is like because every year like people get better or something because there's like more training or stuff like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
They have to like make it like harder, and they don't make it like you can't really make it like any more like difficult. They just make like the words they use to describe it like more like I don't know, like more, what's the word, like fancy words, like big words, complicated words.
Pull out the thesaurus.
Yeah, exactly. Like I remember like the study I did like once. Every time like there was a word that I didn't know, I just like wrote it down. I had like 3 pages of words that like they use that I'd like never heard before. And like the thing is, because it's also specific, it's like you have to have like the questions, like they'll ask you like 2 things, and because they're all like similar answers, you have to know exactly what the word means. Like you can't just have like a general idea like, oh, what it means. Like, oh, it means he's like not having a good time or something like that.
Yeah.
But in reality, you have to like know what it actually means. So it's like, so you actually have to know the definition. And that's like the hard bit. But and then like the third section, it's just like purely like pattern recognition. Really? So it's like, you know, what, like they'll give you like 5 like images where there's like a sequence of like things, and you have to like, they'll like jumble them up, and you have to like pick the one that's in the middle. That's like the favorite one. Oh, sometimes they'll give you like an easy one, and they'll give you 4, and then you have to figure out what the next one would be from the pattern. Yeah. So it's like pattern stuff, and it's like, sure, you could like nut out the patterns pretty. You could probably get them all out. There's like techniques you can use that'll help you. And I guess the main thing, and there's like techniques you can use that can like help you, but it's you like the time pressure. You can't like spend more than like a minute or 2 on it. So like you can't, like you just have to kind of like, if you don't get it within like a minute or 2, you just have to like narrow it down and like go on. And that's the thing.
And is it multiple choice?
Yeah, it's all multis. So it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, like the third one, it's like the easiest to improve on. The second one's like the hardest to improve on because you can't really teach like emotional skills. Mm-hmm. You just have to like learn it. Mm-hmm. And then the first one, I think, I don't know.
With your past paper, did they give you like suggested answers?
The ones I did, I think they marked them for you. Like, because I did some like external company.
Oh, that's dope.
And like that's what a lot of kids do.
Oh, and how much does it cost per paper?
I think you like pay like a couple $100 like the package. Okay. And then it's like that like includes like all like the learning tools, and then you get like 5 past papers for free or something.
To get marked.
Yeah, and like it's just all computer, so it's like automatically marked.
Oh, really?
And I stayed in that house once. It's really nice.
So how do they mark your written answers?
There's no written answers.
Oh wait.
It's all.
So all the emotional.
Yeah, they'll give you like 4 options. Like, what is the the word that describes the feeling the best? And it's like,
oh shit, damn, okay.
Yeah.
Why do you reckon like they make the med test so hard? And why do you reckon like everyone goes through like all this shit? 10 years of training, fucking 10 years, 5 years of working, like interning in a hospital, like fucking dealing with a lot of shit, and like all to become like a doctor. Like, what do you think it is? Like, is it the money? Is it the prestige? Is it like the ego? Like, do people really love helping people that they're willing to go through all this training, all this mental like hardships, or the fucking adversity that you're working in like a hospital, working fucking 16-hour shifts for like little to nothing for 5 years straight. Like, what do you think it is?
I think it's like, man, there's like two, like the first thing I think you asked is like why is like the process so difficult in the first place? And I think it's because you need to have it really has to be a high standard
to be helping people. Yeah, you're totally right.
And it's
agree.
But there's different like tiers and stuff. Like one of the classic like interview questions is like, oh, why do you want to do medicine? And like, why wouldn't you just do like, if you want to? And they would just be like, oh yeah, I want to help people. And then like, oh, why don't you just do nursing then? And it's like,
oh shit,
it stumps a lot of people.
Yeah,
because like if you straight up just say like, oh, money, like, oh, power, like prestige, you just get like roasted straight away. Like they're just like, oh, fuck off.
That's hella funny. So how do you answer questions like that when they say like, why did you do nursing? How would you respond?
There's like, well, I think the answer that I like had thought up just in case they asked me that question.
Yeah.
Is like.
That's hella funny.
Yeah, and it's like hard to know because like you want to do it, but it's like it's like, but like you haven't really like learnt much about medicine yet, so you don't know, like. But now that I've been into it, it's actually pretty interesting, and like what you can say is like all the scientific background stuff like really interests me, and stuff like that. That'll get me fine, and then there's like you can say like, oh, the diagnostic process, like having to solve the problems and stuff. I think that like if you're a nurse or something, you just kind of like there's like problem solving sometimes, but you're not really. You kind of just it's just like reacting to things really.
Yeah.
You're not actually like there's like two phases to like every step. You have to like assess what's wrong, and then you have to like manage it.
Yeah.
And nurses do a lot of the management, but like doctors do a lot of like the assessing first as well. They like say like, oh yeah, what's wrong. Like they like go for relevant tests and stuff.
Why did you become a nurse?
Yeah, that's like a classic question.
That's
and like there's so many kids that just get stumped.
Yeah.
By that one.
I think like it's also that like when you're like 18, 19, 20, like you still don't know what the fuck you want to do with your life, and like exactly. You're doing med just because like you find interest in it. That's it. Like you just like figure it out. Like how the fuck do you come up with the life?
But if you say that if you just go like, oh yeah, I wanted to try it out, just want to see how it goes. They'll just be like, what?
Yeah. But it's pretty cool. It's like forced maturing. It's legit like forced maturing.
100%.
Yeah, it's that.
But so that's like one thing. And then like why people like go through it, because it's like, I don't know, like the whole like medical science is actually a pretty interesting field, and it's like one of the more like interesting parts. Like sure, you can just do like medical research or something, or you can just like do like biology, but that doesn't really interest me. Like it's actually very just like the actual process, like I said before, like the diagnostic process, like solving the problems and stuff. It's actually pretty interesting and like appealing, and like even stuff like patient management, like talking to patients and stuff, getting histories, all that kind of stuff. It's actually pretty fun too. It's like my favorite part of the thing so far. Like I don't like all the kind of background science and like health science that you need to know. That's like for me, doesn't really do it. Especially considering like a lot of it you don't actually like
use.
Yeah, like all the specifics and stuff you just don't use. And like worst case scenario, you can just like look it up. But like, all the clinical management and stuff, like all the treatment of the diseases and like all the science, symptoms, diagnostics, all that kind of stuff. That's a lot more. That's the stuff I enjoy a lot more.
Yeah. What really shocked me was like seeing all my friends that are like in 3rd and 4th year.
Yeah.
And one of them did podiatry.
Yeah.
And my mum had some foot issue, and he was able to fucking treat her. Like he was pressing her feet, asking her if it felt pain, and trying to narrow it down to the reason. Like people like in our age group, like all our cohort, are slowly being able to like do shit now. Like you probably could like have some friends that could come through and actually do plumbing or electrician. Like that's sort of when we're at. It's cool just seeing how like everyone's like becoming their own person and doing their own thing, and like just like this is the next stage.
I think it's like pretty interesting. Like I felt this a couple of times, but like university really kind of is like like one of the final stages of like education. It's like once you learn it, you're like, hang on, like this is like the, you know, like obviously there's like PhDs, like masters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like at least with like the basics, like once you like learn something, you're like, oh shit, like sometimes you learn things and you're like, oh shit, this is like all there is to know. Like one thing that really kind of surprised me, especially like in med, like there's a few things that like they were taught like, oh, we don't really understand like the mechanism of like how it works, which is like pretty interesting. Like on a cellular level, they don't understand like why, you know, like why being overweight causes insulin resistance and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like, and it's pretty interesting because it's like always evolving.
Yeah.
The medical field, like basically, you know, like almost everything there is to know about that specific thing. Obviously, there's a lot more specific things you need to know as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I found that pretty interesting. Like when you're in high school, sure, there's always like more things to know. Like when you're in primary school, obviously, you're just an idiot. But like,
and then like as you grow older, the things you learn become more and more practical.
Yeah, exactly.
And more applicable. Eventually, when you get to your actual job and intern, that's like when knowledge is like at its highest. Sort of like, fuck, like I'm doing shit, I'm learning it, and like I'm learning on the job and I'm seeing it applied right now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
that's the thing I like. I much rather like the you know, the practical stuff rather than all the what's the word, theoretical stuff.
Yeah,
like I don't really vibe with that too much.
Yeah,
it's just a lot of memorizing, really. Like the actual course content for medicine isn't that difficult to be able to memorize it. And two, you have to like also, there's so much you have to know. Like you have to be able to recall on like so many different things, and that's like the hard bit. Like that's why, like there's so much, like you could literally like so many people like think like medicine's like, at least the content's like super difficult. There's only been like one or two things where I'm like, I just don't understand that straight up. But everything is like pretty logical. It's a pretty logical procession.
People who are watching this, look at the view.
5 minutes, fuck that.
But yeah, I'm like really getting into like just talking and just recording because like it's fun. I think I'm
talking to yourself.
Yeah, it's hella therapeutic, dude. It's like next level shit. But like, I want to get into the podcast space. Like, strip the audio from this, put it on Spotify, put it on iTunes podcast, because people nowadays just want to listen to shit while they're driving.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. Peace out, guys.
Yeah, yeah.